We're quite close to the North Norfolk coast here. The sea is about 2 miles as the crow flies from here, and we get a lot of strong winds off the sea, particularly northeasters, well known as a lazy wind because it goes straight through you, and if you're not careful it goes straight through your silage clamp and puts oxygen into it. This is our anaerobic digester. It takes the cattle manures, the energy produced by the digester. We export about 75% of the electricity to the national grid, use the rest on the farm. We grow the crops, we produce the milk from the cows, the milk goes to make cheese, the whey from the cheese making, the manure from the cows and the silage go into the digester to make electricity. It also makes heat as a byproduct, which then gets used in dairy hot water, cheese making, domestic heating for the farmhouse, office, 3 farm cottages. It also, some heat goes to heat the digester, and we have almost free grain drying. When we first started looking at anaerobic digester, we had some consultants round to the farm to look at our feedstocks. And I said, we sometimes get some really rubbish silage. Could we put that in the digester? They took some away and analysed it and said, yes, you can put it in the digester, but you'll have to put a mycotoxin binder in at about 20 times the normal rate you would apply it for cows. So obviously that was out. So fortunately Silostop reduced that wastage, but we still need to make sure we put not just not spoiled silage, but good quality silage in the digester. What we grow our maize silage for the cows and for the digester is as a source of energy. And when silage heats and spoils, it's losing that energy. So we've lost what we've grown it for. We always used to cover our silage clamps with thick black plastic, and we had quite a bit of wastage. There was always a trailer on standby to receive the waste silage, which then went on the muck heap. And I was unhappy at that because I don't like harvesting expensive crop and then throwing it away. So when I first saw Silostop being mentioned in the farming press, it must have been about 10 years ago, and explaining how the oxygen barrier system worked, as an engineer and scientist, it struck true to me. So I thought that's something I need to try.
If you're getting losses on the top of the clamp, if you're taking half a shear grab off across the clamp, then a clamp like this, then you're probably going to be throwing away 2 tonne a day. Well, you can't afford to do that. If maize is worth £30 a tonne, that's £60 a day that you're throwing away. What's so important is you've gone to all of the trouble of growing your crop, and at the end of the day you want to ensile it and keep all the goodness that you've produced out in the field in your silage clamp. And so that's why we say to farmers when they're clamping their maize is to get it rolled down really tight to exclude the air, and then to seal it with the Silostop on the top so that you've got no oxygen in the clamp and you're preserving all of that goodness that you've produced over the summer.
When we first had Silostop on the farm staff looked at the sheet and thought, that's very flimsy stuff, and it's not going to do any good compared to the thick, heavy black plastic we used to use. However, once we got the silage made, then they were proved wrong, and it worked very well. We tried it, and we've never looked back.